Hello everyone and welcome back. Today is the 4th of July, so Melissa's home, I'm home, and we're going to barbecue up some spare ribs. So I just went up to the pile, I've got some apple out there, and I grabbed a couple pieces, I'll chop it up. I'm not going to do a slow smoke or anything like that, just throw a few chunks over the charcoal, give it a little bit of wood flavor. I'm not sure when this video will go up. I just started filming it, and I usually don't say much about the holidays because a lot of people in different countries watch the videos and it's not the 4th of July celebration for them at all. So, but yeah, I wanted to get this one going. I think it's Prime Day that's coming up, so there's a whole bunch of the companies are contacting for to do collaboration videos, and so I've been filming some of them. So you're going to get kind of bombarded with a few of them in here, but they are dedicated videos, so you choose if you're going to watch it or not. People complain so much on that, and you know, I have my bills to pay, and you know what the video is before you start watching it. So I'm trying to fit those in, and I still have I'm putting up the, which you guys would probably have already watched it, the up to the tent after the flooding video goes. It's uploading right now. It'll go public tonight. And then I think I've got a battery one going up and a couple other battery ones in the future here. I think before July 15th or July 20th is kind of when that whole promotion thing ends. And I've got a longer farmhouse video to put up too that I will start editing today. But for right now, I'm getting my apple. I'm going to split this up so I got some chunks, and then we're going to get those ribs on the grill and just have a nice 4th of July. 2 days ago, the lady contacted Melissa, and our cow that's coming home in August was confirmed pregnant. They had AI bred her before and it didn't take. She went back into heat, and this time now she's for sure pregnant. So it sounds like the cows are coming home, or we're going to go get them. I can't remember if it was the 2nd or 3rd week in August. For some reason I think it's the 3rd week in August, because I joked with Melissa. She's going down to Louisiana for probably a week or a little more in the beginning of September, and I told her, perfect timing, huh? I get the milk cow right when you're leaving. And she's not happy about that, but her daughter is pregnant right now and going to be having a baby in August, so she wants to go down and see her mom and see Ashlyn and the baby and everything. So she's going to fly down this time though, not drive. And I will be taking care of the cow. Oh great, I might need the big maul for this. I think so. Oh, there we go. Looks like the coals have about 15 minutes to go. Melissa's in there making potato salad. Haven't had her potato salad in probably at least a month now. I'm looking forward to that. I'll go get the ribs ready. It's going to be a great lunch. Looks like she's cooking up a little bit of a peach dessert also. That looks really good. Got the ribs on. Well, this afternoon, I obviously put in another post. I decided to do this right here in wood like I did the other side. Two reasons. If this is open, you can walk up here again and see the cows without hitting the electric fence. And also, for right now, I'm going to fill the wood shed with wood, and I'm going to stack wood against here and fill this whole. I'll have a spot to fill wood here, and we can pull wood from here for the boiler, and then when it's really snowing out, go inside the wood shed and get the wood from there. I haven't put any bug spray on, and there's rain coming. It's supposed to be here by, before it said 6 o'clock. It's 5:49. I don't know if I hear, because it's the 4th of July, I don't know if I hear thunder or if I'm hearing fireworks. But I decided to put these blocks in here. I'm going to do it on the other ones too, because I can see a mischievous or ornery old cow coming up and putting their head underneath there and lifting up on it. I mean, even though those are 3-inch screws, yeah, they could still, if they were mad enough, you know, get through it. So by doing this, they got to lift everything up. I'm not going to do the top. If they get that one loose, well, then I know they can do it, and they're still not going to jump over unless they're really, really, really wanting to get out, and then they will just go through the electric fence. And I set this up so that if I want to add on to this, like I was thinking, like, where are we going to put the feed? I mean, now I store all the feed in the chicken coop. It might get pretty sickening hauling it over. So if I do extend this part out for if we got more cows, or if we wanted somewhere to store feed and stuff, or both, just separate it off. The 4x4 post would go right here, which would make 8 feet to carry that part over. So I'm not doing 8'5" and then 2 pieces of sheathing won't work. So I'm trying to think ahead. And I don't think I'll have to run any electric here. Oh, in the front of the actual shelter, last night I was thinking, because this is 12 feet wide outside to outside, I could put a gate hooked up in here somewhere. I mean, for a 12-foot gate, you put 12 foot between the posts, but I could put a 4x4 here and there. And then so I could gate this. So if I want to keep the cows inside, like say that there's a 2-foot snowfall coming, and then it's going to be just windy and nasty, I might want to close them in here for the night, just so I know where they're at. Or like I told Melissa, what if there's severe thunderstorms coming and I want them in here so lightning doesn't scare them and run them through the electric fence? But then to do that, I would have had to be able to swing the gate open most of the time. You know, most of the time the gate would be open, 98% of the time. So then to swing it, if that's 12 foot and I have 8 foot right here, well, I would either have to extend this out 4 feet so I could open that gate fully all the way, swing it around here, or else it would hit the fence like I'm standing right about where the fence line is. It's going to hit right in here somewhere, and I'm going to have this bunch of grass that just never gets touched. So I decided not to do that. I think what I'm going to do is put in some decent eye bolts in here, 2 or 3 of them, and then I can just put a chain across here, or I could run a strand of electric, I guess. You know, just keep the innocent cows in, kind of what you would say. Kind of like locking your house up at night. All you're keeping out is the honest criminals, because the other ones are just going to break in. But that would kind of keep them in here, and then I don't have to worry about that whole gate situation, and then jumping way out here 4 more feet. Because I already have this fence line in line with this post for the like winter paddock here, or the little holding area, and then the first pasture is going to go over there. And then of course I'm going to have a littler one over here, and then we want to be able to, that's thunder, figure out if we're going to, you know, pasture this and then drop it off into paddocks, or if I want to bale this or whatever. But if I come out here 4 feet, I'm kind of like putting a chunk out of it, so I just did it this way and everything is still straight. Over here, this is where that back gate comes straight across here. So this square area is like the wintering area. And so when this comes across, I think I talked about this in the last video, that I would talk a little bit about this. So we're going to come here. Here's my corner for this area. Here's the second area. It's actually going to go all the way to the back to the workshop building.
and then there'll be a gate that will gate them into the pasture that we planted. But of course, I'm not worried about that this year. But here now, I'm going to want to be able to open it so that they can go into this one. So I have to think about where that gate's going to go. And if we decided to do it into this one, if we want to make that pasture. So what I think I'm going to do is, if you can see here, the fence posts are already in for a fence line that they used to have. And if I get in on some of it, you can see right here, see they've got this kind of wire here. So all I need to do is run strand of electric on this side, keep this here. These are about 16 feet apart, and I'm doing them at 12 feet with my electric fence. But I can leave these at 16 because I've kind of got this as a security blanket. If they push, they're gonna have to go pretty hard to get through that. I'll have to fix it up some, but anyway, this is here kind of an already a separator for me for one of the paddocks. So I want to continue that and go straight over to the other fence. So that's one area. And that's going to come right about in here somewhere. So I'm going to want to post here like we put over there. And then I'm going to go ahead and do I don't know if I'll do an 8 or probably a 12-foot gate. Put a gate here and a gate here, so that when they're in this pasture, I can open it up and let them go into this area. Or if I want to keep them out of there so that grass can grow, and we have this one fenced in, I can open up this gate and they have this area. I'm just trying to get the gates set up correctly so I don't have to come out here, put in posts, which I'll have to do sometimes, and then have to re-gate it later. Or even if I don't have a gate for it right now, put the posts in, run my electric across so I can come in and put in the gates when I have them. Because right now I have that 8-foot gate right there. I have 2 more 8-foot gates right here. And next week I'm going to be going back to the place where we bought the greenhouse and all of this stuff, the bale feeder, all of the gates, and I have to get all of the electric fence stuff, the wire that she has 5-gallon buckets full of the insulators that click on, different kinds, some that screw on, click on, the kind that you put onto the thing to have a electric fence gate. And she has a couple more gates that I'm buying. One of them is a 16-foot, and that's going to go right here, because like I talked about before, I'm taking that right off the back of the workshop building coming across. I want the 16-foot gate, because this is where the semis come to run my firewood. That'll go here, and then I think she has some 4-foot gates, which I just want for places you could run the 4-wheeler through or whatever. So like I said, I won't have enough gates to gate everything off like I want, but if I can get those posts in, get it figured out, then as I find more gates on Marketplace or wherever, I can install them. It'll be easier to move the cows from one paddock to another paddock. So where are we going to milk the cow? We went back and forth with that quite a bit, and because milking the cow in 20 degrees or 20 below weather is nothing either of us wants to do. So at first Melissa said, you know what, this is such a huge area, let's bring them in here. And we talked about blocking this off, like one window, coming over like this, so that we can just bring them in this back door, milk them. They do not stay in here during storms or anything, they're back out. But I will have it blocked off so well, you know, just like new house construction well, so anything that smells like a cow in here would not be going into this room here. The problem with here is it really blocked off her room, and this window, you know, I'd have to put boards across so the cows don't push against it. You would have to have the stanchion or whatever it is right here, and it didn't have to be this big, so we're really killing a lot of space. So then we waited a while. I even said this in a video, I was going to put it up, and then when I did it, I was editing the video, and you know how sometimes my camera will go blurry for like 20 video clips, and I can't see it in my little screen, and then when I start editing, it's blurry, and all of this was blurry, and I got mad and I said, I'm just deleting all of it. I said it might change anyway. And it did change, and that's how it is with Melissa. We come up with an idea, and then we kind of agree. I can tell that she's not happy with it, and it will change. And I hate doing things 2 times. So, and I'm the kind of person that if you tell me that this is where it's going to be, and I'm in that mood, the next day this is going to be built. And, but I didn't, I waited. And now what we're going to do is put it right here. I'm going to carry this here area, was a dead area for her studio. So I'm going to run this wall straight across, tear this out. So you walk in that door or this door, but if you walk in this door, which will be the main door, you just walk in and this is wide open into this big area here that is her studio. She's got her kiln room right there, so this side is all utility. Run this wall straight across, have a door here that comes into the milking area. And then in her little workshop thing, we're going to have a double sink here anyway. So I can just on this side of the wall put another double sink or a single sink, whatever, so we have water in here. And it's easy because it's close to the wall, so I can just run the drain right out the wall. Build the stanchion over here and put a door coming in right there. I just do a 4-foot door so the cows can get in, we can get them back out again. This will all be sealed up, so the smell from here won't get into any of this area right here. And the nice thing about that is also, since this is all heated all winter, cows don't need heat. They need to be dry, be able to get out of the sun, wind, rain, whatever. They need a shelter, which they've got. So they're not going to stay in here in the wintertime at all. They're just coming in here, and we only have the one, so the male can stay out there. But the cow will have to come in here to be milked, and once she has a calf, since she was confirmed pregnant, so that she doesn't raise up a ruckus, we can bring the calf in here too, and whatever, so that at least she's next to her. It's a big enough area for that. But as far as the heat goes in here, since we don't need heat, the cows don't need heat, but I want the heat like I talked about. It's so easy just to put a vent in here. One vent from the furnace, and I can keep it whatever, 70, 30, whatever. So that is the plan as it sits right now. Still, 1 month and 2 weeks until the cow and the steer get here. It could still change, but right now that is the plan. I was going to run some of these T-posts, but it's after 7 now, and I've got a video that I'm editing, and I'm going to run inside. I just picked all my stuff up, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. Oh, it's the next day. Now it's maybe 12:30 right now. We just had lunch. We had leftovers from yesterday. And I just wanted to come out into the strawberry garden because it's been about a week and see if I can find any ripe ones. Nice day today. It's supposed to get to 75. I put my sweatshirt on to keep the bugs away for now. Well, I got a few, enough for an afternoon snack. There's a bunch more in there, but a lot of them are still white, they're not ripe yet. Well, after I did the strawberries, came inside for a little while. Melissa and I tried them and they were pretty good. And then I went out and I actually started putting in fence posts. Had my camera set up, but I didn't film right then. And Brandon came out and got onto the lawnmower and was mowing the grass. And then I decided to go into L&M because I need a few posts because where I'm going to be putting in gates. So I go in there, and as I'm going there, it starts to rain a little bit. And I looked at the posts, but the size I want, they're almost totally sold out. So there was 5 or 6 of them there, and they were too crooked. So anyway, I come home and it starts raining harder. I get on the dirt road here out in front of the house, and as I'm driving, I can see everything looks kind of white up ahead because it was raining so hard. So by the time I get here, my windshield wipers are going as fast as they can. It's raining so hard. I drive my truck over there, get out of my truck because my camera is sitting on a tripod kind of in front of where my truck is. Ran out, grabbed that, went into the woodshed, and then you guys saw those video clips of how hard it was raining. So then it stopped for a little while, but there was more coming here like it's raining right now. So inside, I don't know, we were washing the bedding today, and usually we do a bunch of the cleanup stuff in the house on Sunday, but just decided to do it today. Tomorrow there's a chance of some storms in the afternoon again, I believe. But today was supposed to get to 75, and it got pretty close, and I think tomorrow's forecast to get to 77. But I did go back to the back field after that rain that you saw earlier when I was in the woodshed. And sure enough, the old farmhouse lake there was filled back up again. There was robins out there using it as a bird bath and washing themselves. It really came down pretty hard, pretty fast to get all the puddles. Now I'm just inside editing a video. Good morning, everybody. Really nice today. It started out at 49 degrees. Now it's up to about 72. Decided to come out and pull the tansy out of the honeyberry bushes. I hate tansy. It clogs the mower. You have to go really slow over it. And I just wanted to pull this out, and most of it pulled out by the roots, so it should slow it down somewhat. I pulled some of the grass out of there too. Melissa's gonna make breakfast for lunch today. Just a nice morning. Chance of thunderstorms this afternoon, and tomorrow looks a little rainy, but you can't beat this morning. The little chickens still aren't coming out here yet. This morning I went in there and I lost that one black chicken. Passed away. It was one of the real old ones. I had lost the other black one in the winter. They were both hatched at the same time. Melissa hatched them. And that one was dead, but she had been limping around. I had talked about her in some previous videos. But yeah, the other chickens, the one turkey will come out, and these two are the baby ducks. They're not even 4 months old yet, and look at the size of them. I filled up the cooler. It was already had water, but I ran it so it got clean, and the one was swimming around in there earlier. And this is still the only turkey that will come out. The other two stay inside. You better start eating more food. Thanksgiving is coming. These are finally attached to the fence here. These ones here I keep pulling out. They gotta be a little bit longer for them to stay. It's the following morning. It rained out overnight and this morning. I mean, there's puddles again, but at least the sun's out now. Trying to figure out the place to put that trailer that the guy left here after he dropped off that wood. Contacted him. I messaged him probably 3-4 weeks ago and said, hey, I got this trailer here. Are you going to come and get it? I don't have his phone number. I don't know who he is. And he read it and never got back to me. So back here is where I put the plow. This is kind of a cute little area on the property, but it doesn't get used for anything. We just drive through here with the four-wheeler or the buggy. So I put the plow back here. It's like every time, as soon as you get a place that starts to get some farm equipment, they have to have somewhere to put them, and I really don't want them sitting out in the front yard or whatever. So I put it back here. put the forklift basket over there, and I'm thinking about backing that trailer, pushing it back here with the tractor just to get it out of the pasture. I don't know what else to do with it. I don't want to put the money into it and put 4 new wheels and tires on it and then go get it licensed because it doesn't have any registration on it, so I can just bring it in and get it done as a homemade trailer and then find out that he wants it back and I'll never get my money back out of it. So just trying to find the right place. Everything is so wet. My shoes are already wet. Mosquitoes are out too. Much better. It's been driving me crazy since probably January. Well, it's just about lunchtime. I moved a bunch of stuff back there, both boats. Cleaning it up back there. I guess if you got to have one place to put stuff, and that's a good place. I'm sick of it being all over. making the junk pile smaller and smaller. When we first got here, it was quite big, and then we threw stuff into it. But a lot of that stuff was stuff that has rotted away now. So, like these logs are just falling apart. And I would think I think you could fit this into two 30-yard dumpsters right now. The worst part is there's siding in there, there's shingles in there, you know, and I mean vinyl siding, asphalt shingles, stuff that I can't burn. And there's tires that keep coming up. The last thing I need to do is to dump 5 gallons of diesel on this, light it up and let it go, and then all of a sudden we have 3 or 4 tires burning in there in the fire department here, and I'm getting a ticket. I did pull some of the metal out. This is the stuff, you know, this used to be a dairy barn, so it's got the waterers, and I was thinking maybe that would work for the side of the stanchion, but it might be kind of hard to reach between there to run the milker and get everything between it, but pulled it out anyway so it wouldn't get bent up. It would work somewhere for a gate or a piece of fencing. It really turned out to be a pretty nice day. 73 degrees out there, and it's not super windy for once. But when I look at my phone, it says it's lightly raining. You can see rain showers kind of coming down, but they haven't hit here yet for a while. Melissa has these bottle cleaners, jar cleaners, and they work really good, like, because we eat a lot of stuff that Melissa canned, and it always sucks doing the inside of like the quart jars. But then with this one here, I put that in there, and then we have those scouring pads they feel like steel wool, and they're probably 3/16 thick, but after you use them for a little while, they're really pliable. And I just throw that in the bottom of the jar, and that washes it really good. Anyway, this one comes separate from the handle. It popped out, so I just glued it. And this one here just had a plastic handle on it, and I broke it. And there's no way to glue that plastic to plastic in that hole, but I was thinking if I could find a piece of wood to drill a hole in, I could save this, glue it in there, and that would work. So I thought I'd come out and see what I got. Melissa's in there making pork chops with onion gravy. She made the pizzas for lunch, and was it yesterday or the day before I went up and I bought 10 pork chops from B&B Meat Market, and now she's cooking those up. There we go. It'll take a few coats of, I'm putting marine spar varnish on there. Satin, so it's not going to be shiny. I think it's, yeah, it is satin. Should hold good. I told Melissa she won't get them back for probably a week. I did the same thing with the spatula probably 3 years ago. Her favorite spatula. And the wooden handle came off of it, and I came out here and glued it with the same kind of glue. And she uses that constantly, and so do I. And it's held up real well, so don't know how it'll work gluing the plastic like that, but you know, they probably costed $2 to buy new, but these are the kind of projects I want. I look forward to doing. I like doing. I've just got too many big projects going for me to come out here and do stuff like this. This is fun. Melissa's pretty much been busy in that kitchen all day. That's a big batch of those pork chops and onion gravy she's doing, and then she's got peaches that she's cutting up now to go into the freeze dryer. And look at the size of these radishes. They're ready to go, so she's going to cut these up and put them in the freeze dryer also, and then we'll just store them till, I don't know, sometime. Better to have them than not to have them. It sucks, I had a row of beets right here. I did this a double row because these get picked so fast. And I was out here weeding when everything was small and forgot about that I did a double row. Ran my weed along here and took all the beets out. I think I've got like 2 or 3 down there if I didn't weed them out the next time. I wanted to take the beets. I actually like beets once in a while, but I wanted to try to make sugar out of them because chemically sugar cane and sugar beets, when you make the sugar, is identical. So I wanted to try that. Toss that one. But I screwed that up. Probably be eating zucchini by the end of the week.
Because now he was going to be able to freely create so many more children.
We didn't think that this could get any more twisted, but
She's filling the trays with peaches. Got radishes this time, radish greens. They've had peaches today. There was like 4 of them that weren't good, and then they got all the peach cut-offs from when she put them in the freeze dryer, and now she just cut up all those radishes. The little ones still don't come out. I'm gonna force them out. I think what I'm gonna do is, like, they're not out of water yet, but they will be by tomorrow morning. I'm going to let their water run out, and then I'm going to put the waterers outside to force them out here, because the inside of the coop is getting so dirty and wet. If I get the waterer out here, the new ducks are what's making it so wet. It happens every time. So if they can start to go out here and go back and forth in there, then I can clean that chicken coop out again, instead of just throwing dry hay on top of the wet hay every time. This one turkey comes out, none of the other ones. He loves these. But if you give him a real big one, let's see, he's picky. If I give him a big one, no, he's not picky now. Wow. After he eats a few of them, then he just wants the small ones. this one looks like an extra good one right there. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. I think I'll end this one now. I think all I did in this one is a lot of talking. Just ran up and got some material. I got 6 posts because I got to get some posts in where the gates are going to go. Got some 2x4s to start the area where we're going to milk the cows. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty nice week. I'll be able to get some stuff done. I will see you guys on the next video.